Hello, welcome. I'm going to be showing off a bug in 2.1 plus, and we're going to start off with 2.0, seeing how things work, and then we're going to switch to 2.1 and show off how it works in there. And we're going to be using the exact same build. For context, this is my Yellow Science competition build for UPS competition. I made it. It just works. This makes 2880 science per second. And it just works in 2.0. In 2.1, there is a bug that means, based on the Pipefullness, products get created, which is not how it should work, and we'll see very quickly that this does not work. But we have to explain how this works, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn on some music. There we go. And we're just going to go through the build. And it seems I have made the music a touch too loud. I want it to be quiet and non-copyright. So we'll start with oil. So per the rules of the competition, we're allowed to have an infinity pipe for oil, and it's always gonna be full, more or less. So that's not a problem. And as you can see, we did two things that'll probably get me judged, but it just works so much more conveniently that we use the basic oil processing to turn oil to petrol, and we do simple co-liquefaction to turn oil, calcite, and sulfuric acid into heavy oil. This makes RS latching so much easier. This is the RS latch conditions. Turn off at 15,000, turn on at 7. And we did this because 2.0, this was a little bit better. But now in 2.1, you don't have to do any of that. Science turns off when this reaches 2,000. That means we're really low on petrol, don't make the science. And this just turns on and off based on the RS latch. And if we speed through time, we can see that it just works. Goes back and forth between 7 and 15,000. Just works. It's very nice, very pretty, very efficient. And this is simple co-liquefaction. This is all you need for 2880 science per second. Just this. Granted, everything is legendary. This is the logic for coal and the calcite. As we can see, they work. The heavy oil has the same RS latch, just the numbers have changed. Same circuit conditions. And it works. If we go through, we can see that, yep, it just works. As an RS latch do. Just back and forth. And then we turn light or heavy oil into light oil. And then light to petrol. We have another RS latch here. I found that 2.5K was about the bottom end of stability for this turning on and off really fast. Any lower and you might start to get it turning on and off rapidly, which is bad for UPS. So, yeah. And this just, when there's too much heavy oil, This turns on. When there's so much light oil, this turns on. Just works. Next is the blue chips. This is unclocked. The only thing clocked, which is lead follow, is the coal insertion for plastic. These inserters do whatever. This whole build does whatever. I couldn't get a stable clock to work, but you could certainly do that. And as we can see, it just works. They both make the same amount. They're very stable in 2.0. As we can see, we never run dry. And we have 6 of these builds, and that's all the blue chips that you need. These pumps, they are for providing petrol down to the plastic for here, because this is much easier to route down here and go up than to have it in here and mess with all that. Okay, yeah, that's down there. Now this is sulfuric acid. It's also on another latch. And it's lead follow on the inserters here. And as we can see, they just work. And yes, this is all the acid that you need for 2880 per second. Just 2 little machines. Next is batteries. These are a very basic lead follow design. And it just works. This is unclocked. It doesn't need to be clocked, and it provides green chips to the rest of the build. And this provides steel and gears. And this very simply, if steel and gears are backed up here, this activates, turns these off. That way there's no wait list here. It was not worth doing. It was an attempt to see, and it just wasn't worth doing. But it made it in the final build just as a test. And this is my engines and electric engines. They are both on a manual clock here. They just work. This took a very long time and was not fun to make, but it worked in the end. It's good enough. And this is all the lube that we need. And as we can see, the Pipefullness varies. You can see that it gets up to 80, comes down, goes to around 30, 15, I saw there. So 15 to 80 is around where it fluctuates. But we can see that lube is just fine. It just sits. Lube actually has a very long cadence because we're constantly using the lube and we're just overproducing. So it has a very long cadence to fill up and a very short one to shoop, go back down. There it goes. Boop! And these are the conditions for it. As we can see, it takes its sweet time to fill up. But it does fill up, regardless of how full this pipe is. It's always got fluid in it. It's always making what it wants. But it just takes Oh my god, slow that down. Yep. Might have been... Weird. But yeah, we can see what everything consumes. You can see that this is the cadence, this is what it makes. It's just what it does. Very nice. And this is for providing the molten iron and copper up to the rest of the build. Very the exact same RSS, just the numbers have changed. And this guy is just, if it receives this signal, it transfers a signal. We don't have to do that anymore in 2.1. So much better. So this will save a bunch of combinators throughout the build. This guy, very simply, if there's less than 16 electric engines, send a panic signal. That way it stops the science from producing. Just helps to synchronize the build. This guy just makes steel for the entire build here. And that's all you need for it. And just one little guy. And that's all the lube you need. Next is the flying robot frames. These are also on a manual clock here. And they work. And yellow science, as you can see from the wake list, that's what all the green and yellow pulses are. And these are transport line gaps, that's what all the white is. Yellow science is on a perfect clock here. This actually overproduces science. We want 240 per second, but this overproduces. So we have a clock here, which perfectly makes 240 per second. And if you watch the lines, we can see that it just makes it just in time that those gaps get filled. And it makes it perfect 2880 per second. Because we have 6 240 belts on both sides. Speed of time, we watch it. Very stable. Very stable. Utility. As we can see, always 173,000. Until I mess with the build. But it just works. And this is the LDS for it. Very simple. There's not enough coal in this system, turn off. Very easy. This is all lead follow here. Very complicated. But it is lead follow. And this is also on an RS latch, a different one. But this is how we're getting the fluids. So we can remove all of this. And you can see what it takes to build this. It's a lot of stuff. And yes, the combinators are rare because of a meme. We can watch it start working. See the coal worm its way through. And it takes 4 minutes, I believe, to start up. Oh, I didn't put that in there. This is A-Buck Nasty's design for the competition build. He's the host for it. And he includes that in the save file, so you can look at it and watch it. Oh, there it is. I did put it in there. 4 minutes. And there's all the LDS going. And yes, we have to use belt weaving here. It is unfortunate, but it is required. Do a little bit of curse names here. And we're gonna watch the top. That's the plastic. There it goes. Blue chips just meow. The engines are going, the electric engines. We're getting a little bit of flying robot frames every now and then. I'm gonna speed up time more because I'm not patient. But this will slowly fill. And this does make science before everything's ready, which is a small problem of the build, but it still makes the full minimum of 240 within 5 minutes of a cold start. Speed up time more. We can see that it's still not working right. Let it go. Ta-da! And now it's as stable as it's ever gonna be. Just works. And that is my competition build. So we're gonna switch to 2.1, and we're gonna have a new video for it. I don't have editing tools. So we'll switch to 2.1. And as you can see, this is what it takes to build it. The only thing that's going to change between 2.0 and 2.1 is there's going to be pumps in this build, and the amount of pipes is going to change. That's it. The machines are going to be the same, the speeds are the same, the whole build is the same. In 2.0, if we look to the right, we do get more information from crafting speed. We get more digits of precision for the chemical plants. Here we only get 1 digit. Here we get 4. So chemical plants will have 4 digits of precision instead of the 1. It does not change the production because the game internally keeps like 8 or 10 digits of precision, but it visually only shows you 4 or 2. But in 2.1 this gets changed to 4. Won't change the build. It's just a visual change. So we'll get switched over to 2.1, and I'll make a new video for that. So thank you. As we can see, it's perfectly stable, and it won't be shortly. Bye bye.